We're going to bring the essence and the vibe down just a little bit for this lovely, breaking, heartwarming family apple tree story regarding the Trumps. You know, the guy who used to be president who has 5 kids, that guy. But also the old cliche, as we know it well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And in this case for Trump, it's that continual embellishment lying tree he likes to espouse on a regular basis. And most of the time, he talks about himself, but of course, it's no secret. This is extended down to all of those things that he's produced in his life, known as human beings, his children. But let's start at the top with the tree himself, the man with the big trunk, so to speak. And let's be reminded how he talks about himself.
But I'm proud of my, hey, I went to the Wharton School of Finance. I was a really good student.
I went to an Ivy League college. I was a nice student. I did very well. I'm a very intelligent person.
Look, if I were a liberal Democrat, people would say I'm the super genius of all time.
No, they wouldn't. Donald Trump, in his typically modest fashion, bragging in no shortage of degree about how smart he is and also his educational bona fides. But the Washington Post, they did a deep dive. They spoke to an admissions officer who was there at the time named James Nolan. He says the acceptance rate in 1966 was at 50%, and it was even higher for transfers like Donald Trump. Nolan also told the Post he was not impressed with Trump's intellect. Quote, I certainly was not struck by any sense that I'm sitting before a genius, certainly not a super genius.
Yeah, that's him, diminishing Donnie. But of course, Don Jr., no better. Daddy had to spend $1 million to bail him out of his failed business. And then, of course, there's genius number 2, Eric Trump, a guy who literally had an article done about him challenging to be the dumbest Trump of all. The guy who ran the Trump organization that his father eventually had to pay a $2 million fine for. You know that old cliche we'd always say, once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, 3 times? Now that's a pattern. Well, the apples are not falling too far from Dipstick Donnie's tree, because number 3 is the idol of Donnie's eye himself, Miss Ivanka. All the privileges, along with some of those illegal Chinese patents, and she couldn't manage to keep a business together either. And that gets us towards our breaking story that is just staying in pattern with all the rest of them. And I bet you haven't heard in this breaking story too much about that other Trump gal, Tiffany Trump, because she's the daughter of Marla Maples, former Hollywood actress. And Trump's on the campaign trail once again, doing his old standard playbook of lying about himself or his failed kids. And here it is. Check out this story. Donald Trump claims great student Tiffany graduated top of her class, and it's, of course, humiliatingly debunked. During a trip to the key state of North Carolina on Monday, former President Donald Trump made claims about his daughter Tiffany's academic achievements. Shocker. He stated that she graduated top of her class from Georgetown Law School, saying she was a great student and she went to a fantastic law school, graduated number 1 in her class. Whoopsie poop! Except for the fact that, however, this claim is disputed by Georgetown Law School itself, which states on its website that it does not rank its graduating students like any other institutions do. Furthermore, NBC News reports that she is not listed as an honors graduate. Rotten apple tree. That's what you get. And I honestly kind of feel for Barron, because now this kid's off to college, and here's Donnie once again, just like he's doing with lies about the election, setting Barron up.
Should I give it to you?
NYU. Is it NYU?
He was accepted to a lot of colleges. He's a very smart guy. And he'll be going to Stern, the business school, which is a great school at NYU. But, he'll be going to the Stern School at NYU, and he'll do well there.
We'll see if the administrators at Stern's School of Business hide Barron's academic records the way Wharton did for diminishing Donnie back in the day. Don't let this tree and all of his apples anywhere near the presidency again. Vote Harris Walls. Do what Obama said. Don't boo. Vote.